guys, it's Joel with RetailHorrors.com again, and today I decided that I would put together a little bit of a video series for consumers, a consumer's guide to, in this case I'm going to put together a series for cell phone technicians. What to expect when you go into a store and have to deal with the cell phone technician. Today's lesson would be in liquid damage. Liquid damage is exactly what it says. Damage caused by liquid. Doesn't get much simpler than that. Liquid damage does not necessarily mean water damage. I usually prayed for water damage. I almost always got something other than water damage. Well, I shouldn't say almost always, but there are several times that it wasn't water that caused the damage. Sometimes it'd be nice, like, okay, I was out drinking and I dropped it in my mug of beer. Great, it still smells like beer. Or, hey, I dropped it in my cup of cappuccino. Even better. I mean, that smelled delicious and I didn't mind working on that phone. It's when people tell me that I had to retrieve it out of a porta pot or a storm drain or a pile of manure because he was spreading manure from his tractor and it fell out and it was in a pile of shit, literally. Or the customer that came in with problems with his phone, I took the phone apart and saw that there was this film, or it was actually a coating on everything inside the phone. The outside of the phone looked okay. Inside had a coating of what appeared to be like vegetable oil. So, not judging anybody, I'm thinking, what the hell is this? What is this all over my hands? Thinking that the guy might have used it for a sex toy. I don't know. I really didn't want to get into that, and I just happened to ask. I said, this appears to be some kind of liquid. Do you have any idea what this is? And the guy, I swear to God, says, oh, well, I work outside and I keep it in my pocket and I sweat a lot. That's probably from me. I had this shit all over my hands, this Crisco, this disgusting vegetable oil substance, and all I can think of is this sweaty ass guy's balls were so close to the phone, and all that shit was on my hands now. And I almost puked. I felt that stuff. I washed my hands about 3 times after I dealt with that guy. Used the hand sanitizer. It never seemed to get my hands clean that day. They were just constantly dirty. That, or like I said, the manure. A lot of the times people don't even tell you until after you have handled the phone, you have it up to your face trying to listen to see what their problem is, and then they tell you, oh, well, it dropped in the toilet, or, oh, it dropped in the manure spreader. And all I'm thinking is, great, asshole, you could have told me that before I put it up to my fucking face, That's just common courtesy. Oh, I dropped this in something, it's not working anymore, can you help me? No, never seemed to be the case. Or I'd have to drill for, what actually happened. Oh, I don't know what happened, it's just not working. And then I ask a few more questions. Well, the phone indicates that it might have been damaged. Oh, well, I think I might have dropped it in a mud puddle outside. Or, oh, I found it in a snowbank after 3 months when winter, during winter. I lost it in the beginning of the winter. End of winter, when all the snow melted, I found my phone again. It's like, well, dipshit, water, or liquid, I should say, damages phones. It shorts out circuitry inside the phone. It corrodes metal contacts. It's just nasty shit, and that's something that the manufacturer does not cover. Manufacturer's warranty is for manufacturer defect. You dropping the phone in water, you dropping the phone in the toilet, you sweating your nasty balls all over the phone does not mean the manufacturer is going to cover that. That is not a defect. That's your defect in your brain, thinking that it's somebody else's fault that you damaged your phone. Plain and simple. The indicators on the phone, every phone has them. They go through a testing period before they even send the phone out. They have to have indicators on the phone that indicate liquid. Usually they're behind the battery. Usually. But there are indicators all over the phone inside. So you might think that you're cute, that the indicator on the outside where you can see hasn't been damaged. Because usually what happens is it's a little white sticker that has some kind of ink behind it. It's like litmus paper. As soon as it gets wet, it changes color, and it usually is smeared and blurry, and you can tell. It's obvious. If you've looked at your phone, in fact, take your phone out right now, pop the battery out, more than likely you're going to have an indicator on the battery, and there's an indicator on the inside of the phone where the battery goes. Real simple to find. The ones that aren't so simple to find, the ones that the manufacturer uses, are inside the phone. You can't fuck with those without fucking with your phone. If you do, you can tell damage has been done. If you remove the indicator from the phone, that's an immediate red flag for me. I know that something happened and you're trying to cover it up, especially when I can see gouge marks on the plastic of the phone where you tore the sticker off. I'm not fucking stupid. I know what you did. You know what you did. Just because it's not in there, don't tell me that the manufacturer never had it. Oh, that was never there. I've inspected my phone many times. I've never seen that. Bullshit. 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 That is not true. And you know it's not true, and you're lying to me. Honesty is always the best policy. You know, I'm going to be honest with you. Even if you don't like what I'm going to say, I'm still going to tell you how it is. I expect the same thing from you. If you fucked up your phone, tell me you did it. I have more options for you that way. If you lie to me and tell me that, oh, you don't know what happened, you just woke up and it was like this, bullshit. You know, the condensation on the inside screen of your phone gets there when the phone gets wet. It's not something that just happens overnight. Or I took it into the bathroom and I didn't think that the condensation inside of my steamy ass shower that I took for an hour would damage the phone. Well, dumbass, condensation comes from the steam that's inside the fucking shower. Once that gets into the phone, it can happen. I've seen it. It's not very common, but I've seen it happen. Why do you need your phone in the bathroom? If somebody calls you in an emergency, are you going to be able to answer it in the shower? No, you're going to kill your phone again. And then you're going to come in saying, oh, I don't know what happened. I only answered the phone in the fucking shower. That is not an excuse. I mean, there's no phone call that you could have that's that important. And if you're waiting for a phone call like that, chances are you have some kind of voicemail. So as soon as you hop out of the shower, you'll see that there's a voicemail. You don't need to answer that text message. You don't need to answer that phone call. Wait until the shower is over. A big issue that I have is you telling me you don't know what happened with the phone. You obviously do know. Maybe you don't obviously know. I assume that you obviously know. If you get the phone wet, you'll know because you either had to dry it off or there was some kind of indication that the phone had been wet. You know, if it's laying face down in a mud puddle, that's usually an indication that the phone's going to be screwed. If you give your phone to children, worst idea you can ever have. If the kid wants to play with your phone, get them a toy replica of the phone. You can buy replicas of your phone. They're called dummy models. You can buy them off eBay relatively cheap, probably about $10. That $10 is going to save you $300-$400 when you have to replace your phone because your kid was sucking on it. Drool is liquid. Or the dog. You think the dog needed a chew toy, or the dog decided to use it as a chew toy. His slobber and his teeth marks are going to show on the phone. It is not a good idea to have your phone outside of your possession. It is an expensive piece of equipment, and it needs to be treated as such. There is insurance that you can purchase for your phone. Buy it. Especially if you have children. Especially if you have rambunctious animals. Especially if you are a klutz. If you're going to take the phone in the shower with you or in the bathroom with you while you're taking a shower, get the insurance. It's only a few bucks a month. There is a deductible. With any insurance, there's a deductible. Don't tell me that, oh, I thought I was paying $5-6 a month for coverage, and now you're telling me I gotta pay for another phone. Fuck yes, I'm telling you that. You don't get your house burned down and not have a deductible. There's a deductible on every kind of insurance, asshole. Get that through your head. Insurance with your car. You get into an accident, you still have a deductible. You're still responsible for that. Yes, it's going to be less than the cost of a replacement car, a replacement house, and in this case, a replacement phone. It's worth it if you're a klutz. Not everybody needs it, but you're going to be glad that you have it when it drops in the toilet. because you couldn't go 5 seconds without that device in your hand. There's a difference between the deductible and the promotional cost of a phone. I don't care how long you had your phone. If you just got your phone last week and you paid only $100, that's a promotional price, so that the contract that you sign is for a certain period of time that you're stuck with the company, meaning that they'll give you a promotion on that phone. It costs them, guaranteed, $400 or $500 for that smartphone you have in your hand. You only paid $29.99. The company is guaranteeing you for that 2 years that you stay with the company. That's what your early termination fee is. You're giving them back the money that they spent on the phone for you to have service with them. That's it. That's it. You sign a contract, that's what it is. The early termination fee takes care of the money that you didn't spend on the phone up front. So when you fuck up your phone and you have to replace it with insurance, the deductible, I guarantee, is going to be less than the replacement cost of that phone. Guarantee it. If it's not, I would love to have somebody tell me an instance that they had a deductible that was less than the actual replacement cost, not the promotional cost. If you're eligible for promotions, different story. I'm talking buying the phone outright. I have not seen a cell phone for less than $150 purchased straight out without a contract. Never seen it. And that was the shittiest phone I've ever seen. So going from a BlackBerry to a colorless screen that doesn't do anything but send and receive calls, no camera, no nothing, there's a big difference. You're not going to get that BlackBerry for the $50 or $60 deductible that you have for your insurance. Guaranteed you're not. That should go on eBay, but of course those are used phones. Or they're phones that people claim are new in the box. Totally different thing. Totally different. And another thing, arguing with me over what happened with the phone. I don't care what happened to the phone. When you bring the phone into me, the condition that it comes in is usually the condition it leaves. If it's not, we handle that. But you bring the phone in, and obviously it's been liquid damaged. I have access to your account. I have access to putting notes on your account. I will put notes on your account telling others that you tried to talk to that you damaged your phone. There's liquid damage to your phone. They will read this and they will tell you the same thing I'm telling you, that you're fucked. Telling me that you're going to call into customer service or you're going to go someplace else, they're going to be able to see the notes on your account and going to do the exact same thing I'm doing. I follow policy. I don't fuck people over. I play by the rules. They will too. Because I didn't do something for you doesn't mean you need to talk to somebody else. You might not have liked my attitude, which I'm a nice, responsible, respectful person. I will tell you that the best option is A, B, or C. And I will give you options. You don't need to talk to somebody else. If you want to, feel free, but keep in mind, I put the account notes on there. They will be able to see what you told me, that you threatened me, that you threatened violence, that you were crying in the store. Crying never works. I don't care if it's your lifeline. If you're going to lose business, you should have a backup. A responsible business person has a backup plan. That's how you succeed in business. You don't rely on one thing only. If your cell phone is fucked, you're fucked in business. I don't care. I don't need to hear you tell me I've lost this, because of the phone being fucked. You should be a responsible adult and have a backup plan. With that, I thank you.